Hada Wuha Asian cuisine. For today's demonstration, I'm going to show you the execution of the dish named Makbush Diaz. It is a spiced chicken, which Makbush means fresh in Arabic. It is one of the traditional dishes in Kuwait, and it's mainly basmati rice with variety of spices, and can either use of chicken, fish, or meat. So let's get started.
In making the makbous diaz, what you need to do first is to prepare all the ingredients. And here is the demonstration on how I mise en place the ingredients needed for makbous diaz. Food processor is also included to grind the garlic, ginger, and the tomatoes. Also, you'll be needing to soak the basmati rice for preparation.
So here are the ingredients needed for makbous diaz. We have here the ginger and garlic, tomatoes, tomato paste, basmati rice, chicken, coriander, onion, cardamom pod, cinnamon stick, cloves, bay leaves, salt and pepper to taste, turmeric, and fresh lemon.
In a hot pot with oil, add the whole spices of cloves, cinnamon stick, cardamom pods, and bay leaves. Continue to toss it all together until you smell the aroma of the spices. After that, you can now add the onion, the coriander seeds, the ginger and garlic paste, and eventually add the tomatoes. After that, you can now add the tomato paste, afterwards, you can now add the salt and pepper, which you can lessen or add depending on your preference. Then, here comes our chicken meat will come. Add the quarter leg of chicken, toss it all together, and allow the mixture to cover up the chicken, for the chicken can absorb the flavor of the spices. Eventually, you can now add the water, turmeric for seasoning, and what I did is I add more salt and pepper. After stirring it, I add the fresh lemon and I let it boil until the chicken is cooked. After letting the chicken simmer, you can now put the chicken out of the broth and also the lemon. Next is we will now cook the basmati rice by putting it into the broth and letting it simmer. In a hot pan with oil, add the chicken and fry it until it reaches golden brown. Since the chicken is already cooked, you can fry it in a short period of time. After it reaches golden brown, you can now take the chicken out of the pan and put it aside for later. After the basmati rice is cooked, you can now take it off heat. And of course, makbous diaz is not complete without the dako sauce. Here are the ingredients needed for the dako sauce. What I do first is I grind the tomatoes together with the tomato paste, bell pepper, garlic, sugar, and salt and pepper for seasoning. After that, all you need to do is grind it out using the food processor. After grinding out the mixture, in a hot pan with oil, add the mixture of the tomatoes, next is you can now add in the water, continue to mix it together, let it simmer, and allow the daku sauce reduce until we achieve the thickening sauce. Then, you can add the salt and pepper to add flavor to the daku sauce. Once it reduced and it became thick, you can now transfer it to a bowl. For the plate up of the makbus DI, what I do first is I layered up the basmati rice into the plate, then add the chicken into the top of the basmati rice. Then I transfer the daku sauce into a small ramekins and garnish the daku sauce and the makbus DI with parsley and basil and the bay leaves on top. And here is our makbus DI sided with daku sauce.
So we're done with the dish named makbus DI, one of the traditional dishes in Kuwait. What we do in the chicken is we let it simmer to the broth with variety of spices. Then we fry it until it reaches golden brown. For the basmati rice, what we do here is we cook it in the broth also. So here we have the daku sauce. Daku sauce is the Kuwaiti tomato sauce that has a tomato garlic taste. Apparently, it is said that you cannot eat makbus without this sauce. So that's all for today's demonstration. And again, my name is Nicole Ann Lagos, always at your service.